Hola Luisa, buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes, profe.
Bueno, Luisa, entonces para hacer esta entrevista, pues digamos que sin tantas demoras, entonces te voy a explicar rápidamente cómo va a ser. Entonces la idea es que sea solamente en inglés. Yo te voy a dar al azar el tema, ¿sí? Entonces de los 4 que se propusieron en la guía. Y pues sobre este tema vamos a hacer lo siguiente, vamos a hacerle como el análisis SWOT y digamos que alrededor o utilizando este como base, así ya puedes ver mi pantalla, utilizando esto como base, yo te pregunto para que tú, digamos, compartas tus ideas, argumentes y empieces a acomodar esta entrevista. Entonces sería preguntas y respuestas, pero teniendo en cuenta este tipo de análisis, ¿listo?
Sí, señor profe.
All right. So please, Luisa, can you tell me a number from 1 to 4? Luisa, please tell me a number from 1 to 4.
Teacher, I'm sorry. I don't understand you. What topic?
It's not one topic, it's because it's random. So please tell me one number from 1 to 4. You can say
right.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, teacher. I choose the 2.
Okay, 2 would be social problems. So in this case, your topic is this one, social problems, and the first question, social problems. Right. So the first question for you, Lisa, I want to know what is the definition of you when a person is asking you, or me in this case, asking you, what is a social problem? Can you tell me what is a social problem?
Okay. The social problems are the inconvenience that arise within a society when there are unequal conditions in split sense.
Okay, Lisa, so can you tell me in your words what can be, or what are those good things of having a social problem in our society? And if you need an example, you can tell me. So is there any good thing, Lisa, is there any good thing of having a social problem? So you can say it's good because this or this. So there's anything that you consider it is good of having a social problem or not? And please tell me why.
I think that there are not anything good.
All right. And why?
Because we find that the condition of people with low resource is really violent.
So we're talking about the poor people, right? So people that is having low sources or low money in this case. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, so do you consider, or what is your opinion when we are having, so because we can make a context, or in this case, we can use your example as as our context in this case, and there is maybe any weaknesses for our society, because if we think about the poor ones and the people who is rich, so we can see there is a big difference in our society, because we see a lot of people, or maybe a lot of people with or living in very bad conditions, and on the other side there's a bunch or a few people living with plenty of things that makes their life comfortable. So do you think this is a weaknesses for our society?
Yeah, teacher, because I think too that there are no prompt and effective solutions, and causes economic inequality and within poverty, hunger, discrimination, security, etc.
All right. So if we talk about poverty, because this is a really huge problem, one of the biggest problems in our country, because I can tell it's one of the biggest problems in our country, poverty. But if we talk about the opportunities and the threats, what can be those two things? For one side, we got the opportunities. So talking about the opportunities, do you think that there is something that we can remark to do better, or something that we can change in order to go then to the threats and avoid them? So do you think there's any solution to I mean, it's not about forgetting, but to change their life and to raise the poverty?
Well, I think that there is one solution,
Okay.
a solution that is the same like opportunity. Um, it is important to say that as opportunities, although it seems utopia, we have the fact that from a very young age, children must be educated to be tolerant within the society in which they live. This to avoid the due to intolerance and ignorance of things will further promote social problems. However, as treat, we can highlight the increase in violence, the growth of hunger and poverty, and also insecurity. But I think that the solution is begin in the home with the family, the education
All
of the
right.
child.
Very good um, contribution for this interview. Well, Lisa, thank you. There were just 4 questions for you. Pretty complicated because maybe I'm trying to say with a lot of words. Maybe it's not a good thing for you because is or may it can make you struggling with your listening. Oh well, I think your answers were pretty clear, pretty interesting, I can tell. And
Mhm.
well, thank you. I want to thank you for being on the sessions, for being on, for being, and for show that pretty interesting and that very happy attitude on every single session. And I want to remind you that I'm making a survey. The survey is encuesta. So please, if you haven't done this survey, I want to ask you one more time and asking you, please, to do this because this is some very important information for me to end this session, to end this process.
Yes, teacher, I did it.
Okay,
And and
thank
thank
you.
you so much for your time. Thanks of you, I can understand many topics. I can understand topics that I was forget but I understand very well. Thanks of you, I can improve
Yeah, that's the idea.
step by step my English. And thank you so much. God bless you, teacher.
My pleasure, and you're welcome. So I'm going to start sharing a few videos on my social networks, like can be a short videos of 1 minute, explain one important thing about any grammar topic. So if you want, you can keep my contact, so that you can learn more things from me. I can think. Okay.
Thank you so much, teacher. Thank you, thank you.
Yeah, because I was trying to make my own channel on YouTube, but it was pretty hard to work and to do a lot of things at the same time. But I think you understand that I'm probably, or I'm thinking to do this maybe next month. Start sharing a couple short videos on my social networks about English and things that I know is pretty hard to understand, and it's pretty hard to do when we talk about grammar, because grammar is always hard. Bueno, bueno, Lucia, muchísimas gracias. Gracias por tu tiempo. Ojalá que pase una bonita tarde y pues bueno, ojalá nos vamos a encontrar en otro diferente espacio.
Gracias, profe. Igualmente, que tengas una feliz tarde. Hasta luego.
Ok, goodbye. Hola Andrés y hola Fabio. Andrés, entonces por favor te conectas a las 2:30 y con Fabio, pues Fabio te esperaba más temprano porque ahorita estoy esperando a Viviana, pero no la encuentro. Entonces, si Viviana no me contesta, pues entonces yo te hago la entrevista de una vez o sea, hago la entrevista de una vez contigo, ¿listo?
Ok, teacher.
Y la idea es pues como pues dejar cada uno el horario que ya habían elegido. Bueno, ¿me escuchas, Viviana?
Sí, señor.
Listo. Bueno, entonces, a ver, voy a organizar lo siguiente de esta manera. Entonces, como van 2:40. Entonces, Fabio, por favor, conéctate a las 2:40, cosa que yo pueda terminar con Andrés. Y antes de ir con Giselle, yo esté contigo. ¿Listo, Fabio?
2:40, ok, teacher. Thank you.
Listo, ok. Bien, entonces me quedo con Viviana. Entonces, Viviana, te voy a explicar rápidamente cómo va a ser la entrevista. La idea es hablar todo este espacio en inglés. Entonces, la idea es utilizar, voy a compartirte la pantalla, utilizar el análisis SWOT para los temas que vamos a tratar en la entrevista. Entonces, lo que yo quiero es que, por ejemplo, pues dependiendo del tema que te toque, porque es al azar, digamos que tú me digas un número del 1 al 4 y listo, el que te toque de esos 4 va a ser al azar. Entonces yo, teniendo en cuenta el tema que te toque, yo sí mismo te pregunto algo sobre fortalezas, sobre debilidades, las cosas para resaltar y las cosas que se pueden evitar como amenazas. ¿Sí?
Okay.
Entonces, a partir de ahora, en inglés, ¿listo?
Okay, teacher.
Right. In order to start, I want you to tell me, please, one number from 1 to 4, because we are choosing your topic.
The 3.
Okay, number 3 is emotional problems, right? So the emotional problems is now your topic. Emotional problems. So Viviana, can you tell me please, what is an emotional problem for you? What is this for you?
Okay. For me, the emotional problem is the depression, stress,
Okay.
the frustration, signs, the emotions can problems, headache problems.
All right. So now if we think about one of the problems that you have said, choose one. So, I mean, please tell me one of those problems. Choose one. Choose frustration, depression, sadness. One of those problems that you said, choose one. Pick up one.
Depression.
Depression. All right. So what would be a weaknesses, or what is the things that we can tell that are horrible, feeling, or being aware that a person is feeling depression? What is this? Or what is the bad part of depression?
Okay. The weakness of the depression is
Yeah.
the sad for every time.
Okay, because you are sad all the time. That is a
Yeah.
weakness. All right. If we talk about the opportunities, so those are the things that we can improve, or we think that we can change in order to make things better. Let's suppose a friend of you, it is just feeling depression, right? So what would you tell this friend of you to make him or make her feel better? What would you do?
I I do the
I mean, what?
distress.
Let me ask you again. What would you do to help her, to help your friend because he's feeling depression?
Okay. I do. I help my friend
Okay.
with the distraction or play uh, how soccer, basketball, or walking with him or her.
Okay, so you would suggest some different activities to do in order to avoid him or her to think about the sad things, or choose to avoid this person to feel sad, right?
Right.
Okay. Now about the threats, what would be those things that we can avoid, any person, you, me, anyone, to avoid or just to escape? I mean, it's not about escaping, but the purpose is I want or I don't want to feel depressed. So how can we avoid to feel depression? How can we do that?
Um, Teacher, please repeat me.
Okay. When we talk about the threats, being depressed is something that we don't have to feel or we don't want to feel because it's a bad emotion. But if a person asks you, how can I avoid to be or to feel depressed? I don't want to feel depressed. What can I do? What would you say to this person? How can you avoid to feel that way?
Okay. I say the for the person is the it's
Yeah.
okay or words emotions or words uh, the about I say the emotions or about the autoesteem.
All right. So you would tell some different advices to make this person feel better because the purpose is to avoid to feel depressed. Well, think okay, I understand.
Well,
Bueno, Diana, entonces pues eso sería por ahora la entrevista. Ya te he hecho 1, 2, 3, 4 preguntas. Entonces la idea es ahorita continuar con Andrés. Entonces yo estaré, digamos que dando las notas entre hoy a mañana con la profe, con la directora Liliana, para pues, que tú ya empieces a ver tus calificaciones ahí. Entonces has participado la mayoría, ¿sí? Pues siempre te he notado con constancia, entonces por ahora agradecerte por tu constancia en las sesiones, por tu tiempo, y pues ojalá nos podamos encontrar en otro espacio. ¿Listo, Viviana?
Ok, teacher, lo mismo. Muchísimas gracias.
Bueno, bien, entonces al igual como le comentaba a la otra compañera, yo planeo el otro mes empezar a compartir por mis redes sociales cortos videitos de un minuto sobre, digamos, explicaciones corticas o como esas explicaciones que les hacía hace un tiempo ya sobre gramática sin, perdón, sobre gramática sin gramática, ¿sí? Entonces sobre esas cosas que yo aprendí en un tiempo cuando estaba recién empezando, entonces que a lo mejor o te sirve a ti o te sirve a alguien más. ¿Listo?
Vale,
Por si
teacher.
quieres guardar el contacto. Bueno, bien, entonces que pases una bonita tarde and have a good day.
The same, teacher.
Okay, have a good day. Hola Andrés, buenas tardes. Hello.
Hello, teacher. Good afternoon.
Okay, good afternoon. Bien, Andrés, entonces te voy a explicar rápidamente cómo vamos a realizar la entrevista. A partir
Okay,
de que
teacher.
iniciemos debe ser todo en inglés, entonces por favor te voy a pedir un número ahorita del 1 al 4. El tema va a ser al azar y teniendo en cuenta este tema, vamos a hacer el análisis SWOT y teniendo en cuenta este análisis SWOT, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats. Voy a hacerte las preguntas para que tú compartas tu idea y que siempre lo hagas como con un porqué o argumentando la razón. ¿Listo? You ready?
Okay.
Okay, Andy. Please tell me a number from 1 to 4.
Excuse me, teacher. I don't hear. Can you repeat, please?
Okay, tell me a number from 1 to 4.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah, choose one number from 1 to 4. You can say 1, 2, 3, or 4. Just one number, only one number.
3, 3.
All right.
Teacher.
Emotional problems is gonna be our topic. Right. So are you watching my screen? Yep. Emotional problems. This is your topic, and the interview is going to be around of this problem. So please,
Emotional problem.
Andres, tell me what is an emotional
Okay.
problem for you? What is an emotional problem in your own words?
So, my point of view, I can say that is a problem that human being we can at the anytime have unseen or difficulties or and that affect our abilities to add a team, for example.
Okay, for a teenager, right?
Yes.
Okay. So what could be the weaknesses? Let's suppose that we are teenagers. So do you think that having emotional problems is weaknesses? Do you think that being or having an emotional problem is a weaknesses for a teenager?
Okay. Weaknesses. Um, Weaknesses, I think that I can say that conflict, violence.
Okay, well, so what do you think is an opportunity? So in this case, when we talk about the opportunities, let me mark you. So we already talked about strengths, weaknesses. Now we are in this space, opportunities. So what are
Um,
those things that we can do better in order to avoid emotional problems?
Opportunities. I can say that opportunities in this case is have a good health because it's very important in this case. Um, good uh, good alimentation because it's essential, but uh, too or also is recommended relaxing because it's important, but because um, it is important because uh, we need being in a state of the the relaxing. I consider that is very important.
Okay, so talking about your context, because we were talking like being a teenager, or it's pretty complicated being a teenager because you are feeling or you're probably are gonna have an emotional problem. So how can you tell or how can you avoid? Let's suppose you have a little brother or sister and is younger than you. So you already know what is gonna happen. So what advices would you give him or her in order to avoid having an emotional problem? What would be those advices?
So in my life, I never have this kind of problem because in my case, my home, my family nucleus is very important. I can say that in this topic that it's important consider um, consider have I can say uh, we must always try to think in a calm positive way. Is well reasoned because it's very important and and this
Okay,
type of problem.
okay. So in order to remark your words, as you are telling me, or what you are telling me, is to stay positive, right? So if you keep your
Yes,
mind positive, you are going to avoid those emotional problems, right?
yes, all right.
Ok, bien Andrés, entonces por ahora eso ha sido la entrevista. Entonces mañana pasado mañana la directora estará recibiendo las notas, pero entonces no sé exactamente cuándo se las haga ver.
Okay, teacher.
Entonces por
Teacher,
ahora pues
a question.
agradecerte. Dime.
And the next Thursday I have the new meet. O sea, si tenemos una reunión para el próximo jueves. O no, ya está la clase final.
Sí, o sea, eso también te quería comentar, o sea, teniendo en cuenta que ya el examen lo hicimos hoy, esto es como el examen y la despedida también,
Okay.
Andrés. Entonces, pues por ahora agradecerte también por tu atenta y constante
No,
tiempo en las
teacher.
sesiones.
Igualmente usted, muchas gracias por todo.
Bueno, muchísimas gracias, porque eso es la parte bonita, ¿no? Escuchar esas bonitas palabras que lo hacen a uno como, lo llenan a uno de motivación.
Yes, 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 así es, right.
Bien, bien, Andrew. Entonces, que tengas una bonita tarde y pues ojalá nos podamos encontrar en otro espacio.
Thank you, teacher. Okay. Bye.
Ok, goodbye. Bien, don Fabio. It's coming, Fabio. Por aquí. Fabio Nelson. Nelson. All right. F, B, T, S. Hola, Fabio. Good afternoon.
Hello, teacher, good afternoon.
Ok, bueno, entonces te voy a explicar así rápidamente para explicarte cómo es la dinámica de la entrevista. Dependiendo del número que tú digas del 1 al 4, te toca un tema. Con ese tema vamos a hacer el análisis SWOT. Te voy a compartir de una vez la pantalla. El análisis SWOT, como recuerdas, es hablar sobre, en este caso, ya cuando puedas ver la pantalla, sobre un tema cualquiera, ¿sí? En este caso, pues, a tu compañero anterior tuvo o habló sobre los problemas emocionales, puede que sea lo mismo, puede que no. Pero entonces vamos a hablar de las fortalezas, las debilidades, oportunidades. Las oportunidades, lo que yo puedo como resaltar, así como la parte buena, sí, aparte de las fortalezas, porque son las cosas buenas, pero luego yo, aparte de las buenas, yo resalto otras, o sea, todo lo bueno resalto, digamos, una o dos cosas, y luego al final, en threats, hablo de las cosas que puedo evitar porque para mí son una amenaza, para mí o para alguien, ¿listo?
Okay.
Okay, so please, from now on, it's gonna be in English, so please tell me a number from 1 to 4.
Three.
Okay, number 3. So in your case, number 3 is, okay, if we change this from the bottom to the top, we can say 1, 2, 3, social problems.
Three.
Okay. This is the first question. What is a social problem for you, Fabio? What is?
What is a social problem for me?
Yeah, what is a definition?
Definition.
Yeah, in your own words, please.
Definition of problem is an, a bad idea that people have to damage or to injure another person because can change uh, can change our life in our environment. This is a problem for me.
Okay. So if we talk about the environment and the things that we are doing because we are damaging the rivers, the ocean, the mountains. So how can we avoid to make this damage? So what would you do to avoid this damage?
Mm, the damage can occur when we don't take care each other, or we we don't understand the laws the laws to to take care each other.
Okay, so it's important to take care of each other and also taking care of our environment. So if we talk about the nature, rivers, and animals, right?
Yes, it's very important to to speak each other or to uh, because we have to live in peace with the nature and with our environment or with our with with our neighbor
Okay,
and with our family.
okay, cool. So now if we talk about the opportunities, I mean the good things that we can remark in our society, what can be those good things that you can say that you're watching in your own community or in our country? What are those good actions that we are doing to take care of environment or communities or nature? What are those good things?
For these cases, I'm or I can have the people that need to my knowledge or my knowledge my opinion about about several things that I can speak and I know very well to
Okay,
to help to help us.
okay. And if we talk about the threats, remember that the threats are the things that we are not feeling agree because we think we can change it. So what are those actions that you think we can change to take care of our environment, to take care of rivers, the nature, and all the living things in general?
Um, well, okay, we can we can teach to children to care about our environment, and be we can be careful with our actions, eh, using protection about the war, and I we can change the our world.
Okay, I think it's very interesting and important to have that in mind. Well, Fabio, those have been the questions. Ahora, pues, voy a pasarle las notas a la directora. Entonces, pues por ahora esta sería, o mejor dicho, sería la última clase, la última sesión y también la sesión de despedida, porque finalizada los exámenes, pues entonces ya acabaría este proceso, ¿listo? Entonces, pues agradecerte por tu tiempo, Fabio.
Okay, teacher.
Sugerirte, por favor, que si puedes utilizar las canciones de YouTube con letra y practicar esto como para mejorar más vocabulario y mejor pronunciación. O sea, hay practicarías tanto listening como reading y luego speaking, ¿sí? Que en el speaking está la pronunciación para,
Okay,
para, para que fortalezcas estas habilidades. ¿Listo? Entonces, esa recomendación te dejaría. Y pues agradecerte por tu tiempo, que por favor, si no has hecho la encuesta, por favor que la hagas. Yo ahorita vuelvo y comparto el link para quienes no lo hayan hecho, la realicen. ¿Listo?
sí, sí, profe, ya la hice. Ya la
Ah,
hice,
listo.
sí.
Ok,
Muchas
Fabio,
gracias.
muchísimas gracias.
Thank you very
Entonces,
much, teacher.
ok, pues muy buena tarde y ojalá nos podamos encontrar en otro espacio.
Okay, bye.
Goodbye.
Bye, thank you.
Hello, Giselle. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Ok, bien, entonces sigo contigo. Entonces la idea es, bueno, te voy a explicar cómo va a ser la entrevista. Recuerda que va a ser un tema de los 4 que están propuestos en la guía. Va a ser al azar, entonces teniendo en cuenta, no sé si ya estoy viendo mi pantalla, no, voy a compartir desde la pantalla para que tengas en cuenta. Entonces vamos a utilizar esto como referencia, que es el análisis SWOT, para analizar ese problema y teniendo en cuenta digamos, este marco de análisis, para hacerte las preguntas y que tú pues, puedas argumentar desde tu opinión y digamos que puedas utilizar la mayor cantidad de palabras, que expongas todo tu vocabulario y pues de esta manera te estaría evaluando, ¿listo?
Okay, teacher.
Bien, entonces, from now on, can you please tell me a number from 1 to 4?
Okay. Teacher, the topic, what is it?
It's random, but you gotta tell me, or you have to tell me. I mean, I'm asking you a number to choose that topic to start. Okay, so tell me one number from 1 to 4.
Okay. Sport.
4, all right. So we are going to talk about family and social environments, right? Will be the last topic. And well, let me write this for you. Family and social environments, right? So the first question is, what are the strengths of having a good environment or a good relationship with your family and your society?
Okay. The family is very important.
Let me ask you again, what are the strengths of having a good relationship with your family and your society? Or you can choose one of those. So just talking about your family or the society.
And the strength is the family is the most important group in the society.
Okay, so family is most important in society. Okay, so what do you think are those weaknesses that people, or those mistakes, because the weaknesses is probably a mistake that we are making. So what are those mistakes that we are making in our families and in our social environments?
And weakness.
Yeah, we already talked about strengths, and now we are in weaknesses.
But
Is it?
but they always exist problems. but they always exist problems.
Okay, so let's go to the opportunities because the idea is just to keep talking because it's the fluency that are you showing in this case and in this interview. So if we talk about the opportunities are those things that we can remark from the good things, from the strengths, because we can say that one strength is to having a good relationship in our family, but an opportunity is to tell that we have a good communication, but we have to make it better or we can improve our communication with our family. So that is one example. So in your opinion, what are the most important things in a family environment or in a social environment? You can choose one of those.
Okay, and opportunities.
Yes.
The love is is always present, um, and helps make environments better.
Okay. So there is one feeling that we can improve to make it stronger, right? So our relationship gets stronger when we know that we feel love and it's that pure feeling. Okay, so now the final question for you, Giselle, is about the threats. So what are those things that are threatening us in our family? Because I think you are or you decided to talk more about family because it's more interesting for you. So what are those things that we can avoid to have or to keep a good environment in our family?
For example, gossip, um, inequalities, um, hate, but sometimes fires.
Okay, so you're talking about the hate. So it's like the opposite feeling if we talk between love and hate. So we must avoid that feeling, right? That is what you're telling me, isn't it?
Teacher, repeat please.
Okay, so you're telling me, or I am understanding you, that the feeling or the emotion that we must avoid is to hate because you
Try
prefer and
uh,
what else?
gossips and inequality.
Okay, inequality, right. So those are bad action and emotions that we must avoid to keep a strong and a happy or just to keep feeling love in our family environment. Well, that was the last question for you. I think that was pretty interesting listening to you and learn about your opinion and your ideas. So now I have to tell you, but I prefer to tell you this in Spanish. Hoy siendo el día del examen, Giselle, pues es también la sesión de despedida porque finalizando el examen, pues lo que hago simplemente, pues en este caso, es pues agradecerte por tu constante y buena actitud en las sesiones, por ser puntual, por estar bien, pues siempre constante y permanecer en el proceso. Entonces, eso es de felicitar y de remarcar en este caso, de resaltártelo porque es algo muy bueno. Entonces, yo espero, ojalá que nos podamos encontrar en otro espacio y pues bueno, por ahora te deseo una muy buena tarde.
Ok, teacher, muchas gracias también a usted.
Listo, Giselle, solamente pedirte por favor si no lo has hecho, de realizar la encuesta, por favor, si no lo has hecho.
Ya, yo la realicé.
Ok, súper bien. Listo, Giselle, entonces agradezco mucho tu tiempo, ojalá que pases una muy buena tarde y espero, ojalá podamos encontrar en otro espacio.
Ok, teacher, thank you, bye bye.
Okay, goodbye.
Hola, profe, ¿me escucha?
Hola Diana, muy buenas tardes. No te escucho muy bien. Revisa por favor que tu conexión esté estable, por favor, para iniciar con la entrevista, Diana.
¿Aló?
¿Ya me escuchas?
Sí, ya, sí, es que con los audífonos sí escucho bien, ya los conecté.
Ah, listo, bien. Entonces, bueno, te voy a explicar cómo se va a realizar la entrevista, Diana. Entonces, teniendo en cuenta los temas que están propuestos, que fueron propuestos en la guía de esos cuatro, vamos a elegir uno al azar. Entre esos cuatro temas, vamos a realizar, digamos que el análisis SWOT, y sobre ese análisis voy a ir haciendo las preguntas para resolverlas. Entonces, puede ser, en este caso, como pasó con el compañero anterior, el tema para él fueron ambientes familiares y sociales. Entonces, teniendo en cuenta el tema que te toque, te haré las preguntas y por favor recuerda que toda la entrevista debe ser en inglés, ¿sí? Digamos que no nos podemos salir del inglés, ¿listo?
Sí, profe, ese twist es opportunity. No, mentiras.
Mira, esto es fortaleza. Entonces, las cosas que yo puedo
Fortalezas,
resaltar.
strengths,
Entonces, yo hablo primero de lo bueno, por decirlo así, hablo de lo bueno. Sobre las debilidades, digamos lo malo, las oportunidades pueden ser, digamos, cosas del primer tema, pero resaltadas. Entonces, en las fortalezas dije que es puntual, que es bueno, que es de calidad, pero entonces en las oportunidades quiero resaltar que la calidad, ¿no? Entonces hablo sobre eso. Y luego, dependiendo del tema, ¿no? Porque es al azar. Y luego en threats, que son las amenazas, entonces yo hablo de lo que me está afectando o de lo que yo puedo mejorar o lo que puedo evitar para mejorarlo. ¿Listo? Así que,
listo.
okay. So now, from now on, Diana, I want you to tell me a number from 1 to 4.
Yes, teacher, what is the topic?
Tell me a number from 1 to 4.
Okay, 3.
Right, so for you is emotional problems, right? So in this case, we will talk about, or the interview is going to be around of this topic, emotional, right? So emotional problems, no problems. So in order to start, what is an emotional problem for you?
Emotional problem for me is when a person don't control their feelings, the facts, and the words. I think that the life is very crazy. I think for me is emotional problems that the person um, don't have control on their life feelings.
Okay, so it's a person that, or as you're telling me, in your example, it's a person that can control
Yeah,
his action.
Can control the feelings, the thoughts, the problems around their lives.
All right. So if this person or any person is having an emotional problem and this person can't control the way is acting, do you consider that this is a weaknesses for him or her?
Yes, I think it's a weaknesses, because we have to have intelligent emotion um, to resolve everything aspect of our life. I think that this person have the opportunity to learn about these emotional problems and be very conscientious about what they are thinking and what they are speaking or feeling. So, for example, in my case, everybody have emotional problems, but every person handle different way to solve their emotional problems. In my case, for example, um, when I feel very sad, feel very terrible, my face represents the sadness in that moment. So I think that I have to change the face and try to resolve that problem. Uh, you know what? Do you understand what I mean?
Yes, I understand. Because
Okay.
it gets complicated sometimes. But now,
Yes.
asking you the third question, what do you think is the reaction that in order to improve or to change those weaknesses that you have said, how can we make it better?
For example, keep breathe. Um, I think that we can change this think in other situation. I don't know. For example, when I have some problems, emotional problems, I try to think in the ocean or think in animals. That's keep calm myself.
Okay, so you find a solution thinking or just looking for in either case because you have a dog. And so it's a special thing and an important thing to make you feel right. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. That's very interesting. So now going to the last question, to the last part of this analysis are the threats. So let's suppose that we are talking about those emotional problems. You sometimes are feeling depressed, sad, or happy, or super excited sometimes. But what are those things that you consider all the people must avoid to have, you know, a calm or a calmly life, or just to keep you calm in their lives?
Um, so in this step, I have to talk about trips. See? Yes.
Yes. So what are those things that
Okay.
you consider that we can avoid to keep calm or choose to keep feeling good?
For example, if the person don't keep calm and don't think another thing that um, the mind is very confused and the emotional problems is persistent. The trips could be suicide
Okay. So you
or
also, or imminent that person can think about making a suicide, right?
that's right. Yeah, that's what I think. If we don't control our mind, if we don't control ourselves, our feelings, because I know that we can get depressed in whatever situation, and we have to control about ourselves and don't think and the
Oh,
words. Always think in hope.
okay. So because there's still hope. I remember now that you're saying those words. I remember one person. It's international coach, and he always say, "If there's life, there's hope." So I think that is your advice, isn't it?
That's right.
Okay.
We have life.
But yeah, because if we think about life, that is our the main hope that we can keep in mind.
Yes, no matter if our heart is destroyed, just just think that good happen is coming.
Okay, good things are coming, and it's a good thing that you're saying because sometimes we don't know where those bad feelings and emotions can take us. Because if we think about those people that are having a broken heart or are just going through their parents' separation, it's gonna be hard. But I know that we can find a solution, something that can make us feel motivated to keep doing or just to keep living.
Yes, teacher, that's correct.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time, Diana. Y ahora, diciéndote en español, bueno, pues, siendo la sesión final, el examen final, esto también es como el espacio, pues, para despedirnos. Yo también quiero, pues, agradecerte por tu tiempo, por todas maneras, por seguir el proceso a pesar de que tus labores y tus demás, pues, pendientes y responsabilidades te lo trataran de impedir, pero, pues, lo lograste igual hacer de otra manera, pero, pues, se puede siempre que uno tenga como la disposición. Entonces, agradecerte por tu tiempo, por atender a las sesiones que lograste atender y ojalá que nos podamos encontrar en otro espacio.
Ah, profe, muchas gracias. También gracias por la paciencia y por todo, por ayudarme pues como en esta línea final para yo poder terminar, porque la verdad me quedaba muy difícil. Pero muchas gracias,
Sí,
profe, por la ayuda.
bueno, Diana, entonces ha sido con todo gusto. Entonces, pues, por ahora desearte una bonita tarde y bueno, pues, por ahí, que si quieres, puedes guardar el contacto. En cualquier momento puede que
Ay,
funcione
sí,
algo.
claro. Ay, sí, claro, sí, profe. Sí,
¿No? Ok,
por ahí
Diana.
escribiendo.
Ok, listo, Diana. Que pases una bonita tarde, que estés bien.
Tú también, profe, gracias.
Ok, goodbye.
Bye.